JUDGEMENT, I'm proud to say, our sovereign motherland.
Stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party wish to bring to the attention of the leadership of the party, relevant institutions, and the Nigerian public that Chief Ali Odefa is not a member of the PDP, and he has no legal standing to act or speak on behalf of the party in any capacity. The position has been clearly established and reaffirmed through several court judgments, as we shall demonstrate in the course of this broadcast. The first was the judgment delivered on the 26th of February 2025 by the Federal High Court sitting in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, presided by Honorable Justice Hilary I. Osamo. In suit number FHC, that's Federal High Court AICS 227-2024, between Honorable Idika Moses Eze and 3 others versus Chief Ali Odete and 2 others. It may interest you to know that in that matter, the court, among others, held that the expulsion of Chief Ali from the People's Democratic Party is proper and valid. In other words, the court upheld the suspension. Again, the court in that matter restrained him from parading himself as a member of or officer of the People's Democratic Party. Interestingly, again, in that matter, the court struck out certain provisions of the Constitution of the People's Democratic Party, among which are Articles 45, 47(6), and Sections 58 and 59 IG of the PDP Constitution. The reason of the court was that those provisions violated or was inconsistent with Section 46 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the ground norm on the fundamental law of the land. Interestingly, the court emphasized the right to fair hearing and judicial protection as part of one's political and civil rights. That was not enough. In yet another matter, presided and decided by the same Federal High Court sitting in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, with suit number FHC AICS 2-2025, between Egushidebere Goodluck and still Chief Ali Odeta, PDP INEC. In that matter, the Federal High Court again reaffirmed the validity of the case earlier cited. In that matter, the court again recognized, among other orders, recognized Mr. Egushidebere Goodluck as the duly nominated Vice Chairman, Southeast Zone of the People's Democratic Party. The court equally ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to accord full recognition to Mr. Goodluck as the substantive Vice Chairman of the PDP Southeast Zone. And then the court also issued perpetual injunction restraining Chief Ali Odeta from parading himself as a member or officer of the People's Democratic Party or participating in party activities in any form. It might interest you to know that despite the pendency of these judgments and orders of court, which at the moment has not been appealed or set aside by any superior courts in Nigeria, the said Mr. Ali, Chief Ali has been parading himself as the Vice Chairman, Southeast Zone of the People's Democratic Party. We want to emphasize that those judgments remain valid, they remain subsisting, and they remain binding on all persons and authorities throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria, including INEC, PDP, and Chief Odeta himself. In the eyes of the law and in accordance with the party constitution and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we emphasize that Chief Ali Odefa, in the light of this judgment, is no longer a member of the People's Democratic Party, and he cannot act, represent, or speak in any capacity on behalf of the party. His suspension and expulsion of the party has been affirmed by judgments of courts. Therefore, any action, correspondence, or claim emanating from him under the guise of representing PDP in any capacity whatsoever is null, void, and of no effect whatsoever. The Southeast PDP stakeholders, in the light of the foregoing, call on the national leadership of the party, INEC, security agencies, the media, and the general public to respect and uphold the rule of law by recognizing only Egushidebere Goodluck as a lawfully installed and judicially affirmed and the substantive national vice chairman of the Southeast of the PDP zone. In other words, no other person can parade himself as the vice chairman, PDP Southeast Zone, no other person other than Chidebere, in the light of the pendency of court judgments and decisions. We remain steadfast in our commitment to due process, party discipline, and constitutional governance. The PDP in the Southeast will continue to operate on the foundations of legality, legitimacy, and democratic principles. We are also aware, as a council, we are also aware that the National Working Committee intends to hold a meeting tomorrow, and by next week, the INEC intends to have another meeting on Thursday precisely. We are aware of the plans by the party to allow this same Chief Ali Odefa, who has been expelled from the party, to attend the said meetings. And we make bold to say that in the light of these judgments, any meeting attended by the said Chief Ali and any decisions reached therein may not be valid, because the said Chief Ali has been expelled by the party, and that expulsion has not been set aside by any court. Finally, we reiterate that the legal team of Honorable Chidebere Egu remain vigilant and will take all lawful steps to ensure that the valid and subsisting orders of court are obeyed and complied with, and the legal machineries will put in place to ensure that the PDP, under the leadership of Mr. DAMAGUM, will be held liable for contempt. We reiterate that the National Organizing Secretary and the National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Ambassador DAMAGUM, led PDP, cannot continue to act and treat valid and subsisting judgments of court with utmost disdain and ridicule. That will not be accepted and it will not be tolerated. The judgments earlier mentioned are here and will avail the press those judgments. It might interest you to know that everything we have stated here emanated from the judgments of court. We are not imputing or fabricating or removing what is in the judgment. It might interest you to know that one of the judgments order, the case of Honorable Idika Moses Eze, let me read among others. One of the orders is that the first defendant in that matter, that is Chief Ali Odefa, is by order of perpetual injunction restrained from parading himself as a member of the People's Democratic Party and or as the national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party for the Southeast Zone of Nigeria, and from continuing to perform the roles or exercise the powers accorded to the national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party for the Southeast Zone. That is the order of the court in that matter. So it is worrisome to see that some powers in the party still accord him that recognition as the national vice chairman of the PDP Southeast Zone. That will be contemptuous. In yet another judgment which we had relied upon in the course of this presentation, that of Ego Chidebere Goodluck, the court, among others, held. We will avail the media the judgments. An order of perpetual injunction of this honorable court restraining the first defendant, that is Chief Ali, from parading himself as a member of the People's Democratic Party, emphasis, as a member of, and or as a national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party for the Southeast Zone of Nigeria, and from continuing to perform the roles or exercise the powers accorded to the national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party for the Southeast Zone, following his expulsion from the People's Democratic Party. In the light of the foregoing, we finally submit that the said Chief Ali Odefa, having been expelled from the party, having been valid, and his expulsion having been confirmed by several judgments of court, cannot continue to hold on to or parade himself in that capacity. Doing that will be illegal. And we also urge the relevant agencies, the PDP, particularly the national chairman and the organizing secretary, not to accord any recognition to Chief Ali, as doing so will amount to contempt, and the legal team will do everything possible to ensure that those who are liable should face the consequences of the law. Thank you very much.
But it's important to state today that if you can look back and remember, go back to that video and look at all those who appeared on that video and were threatening the party. You will see that more than half of them were playing double game in the party. It was obvious to anybody who understood the politics of Southeast PDP that they were playing PDP in the day, ADC at night, APC in the evening. So it won't be very adverse and surprising to us if they come up tomorrow again to lay one any allegation or lay one kind of embarrassing statement. If you don't do this, we leave. I tell you the truth. I wish some of us can get back to see the pictures of ADC and see somebody like Chief, His Excellency Chief Achiku Denwa, His Excellency Sam Egu. They were all those threatening the party. Look at our revered mother, Honorable Mrs. Josephine Anini. They were, but she was in APC rally in Anambra State. Is this the people you can call PDP leaders? No. The answer is no. Senator Ben Obi is also there. They are all in ADC. But the party has spoken as a body, saying that PDP is not in coalition with any party. What else is anti-party in Southeast? Please, we want to make it to be known to the whole world and leadership of our party that PDP in the Southeast is strong. PDP in the South is very viable. A lot of people want to come into PDP around the election, and I can tell you vividly, they will be glad if these people that play ADC and APC in the night and play PDP in the morning, if they leave the party, PDP will become stronger, better, and better managed in the Southeast. Thank you for your time.